Hello and welcome to Critical Questions, the antidote to lockdown boredom. I knew he was going to go. I've trawled the internet for the best, worst, most interesting and ridiculous dumb questions I can find. And with any luck, my guests will be able to keep a straight face long enough to answer them all.
With any luck, but not likely.
Yeah, not likely.
So well, I wasn't gonna laugh until you did that thing. Fuck you. Anyway.
And we've broken everybody.
Really quick.
First question.
First question. I've screwed something up. Right. Question 345. Should video games be considered a sport?
Sorry?
Should video
What?
games be considered
No,
a sport?
fuck that. No, that's stupid. No, fucking
See, that's
no.
very, very hard to define, because if you're going to say sport, is something physical, then like I showed you yesterday, snooker, you've never heard of a snooker table before. Snooker is a sport.
I've heard of it. I
Exactly.
Just didn't know
I
what.
thought
No,
Snickers was a chocolate.
How do you not know what a snooker table is?
Alright, is pool a
Fucking
sport?
American?
Is pool a sport?
We have pool. That's it.
Is pool a sport?
We drink and shoot pool.
Is pool a sport?
You're
Snooker's
still
not big in
actually
America.
Snooker's an upmarket, intelligent version of pool.
Yeah. Pool's for drinking. Snooker's for being intelligent.
Okay.
So what is a
I would
sport?
answer the question.
Go on.
How about? I'd say FIFA soccer on like PlayStation is a sport.
Yeah, I'm all for esports being sports. There's lots of sports like darts and stuff like that that aren't particularly physical, but they're still considered sports. So
Is it
I don't have a
is
problem
it
with
the,
esports, but
is it the
Then they
skill
should be
aspect?
They should be just
Yeah, I
esports,
think
then.
that's
You
what it comes
shouldn't be able
down
to call them sports. That's stupid. Then they're esports or whatever the fuck. But no.
okay. But then is driving a racing car a sport then?
Yeah,
Yes,
it's actually
I would say
incredibly
so.
physical.
Yeah.
See, this is the thing. If you're going to say that, what's the difference between driving a racing car and driving a simulation of a racing car?
You actually
Well,
It's
one
like
of
you
the-
won't die driving the
Yeah.
simulation.
You do
One
have
of
to be
the-
in certain amount of shape to drive a racing car physically and mentally.
You have to drive it on a proper simulator as well.
No, driving a simulator
No,
and
you
driving a
don't.
Formula 1 car is not the same thing. The physical strain that goes
No.
on your body, the actual reaction times and all that. Plus, you can fucking die in a big car. You can't die in a simulator.
Yeah, you can.
I will grant you that's
No,
an
no, no.
enormous difference
No,
between
no.
a simulation
You-
and
You
a
can
reality.
die playing games. Several people have died playing games.
Somebody's got an echo.
Is that me? Hang on.
Maybe. Hello?
Hello. Damn, it's
It's
Jen.
you. Damn it, Jen. Right, God says, to be a sport, you have to be exhausted. How are darts players exhausted? Just picking up the darts?
Walking to the dartboard with three
Well-
pints in their hands.
I'll always refer you to that old not the 9 o'clock news sketch from back in the day.
Oh,
Like
that
that.
destroyed darts in this country.
Yeah, like this.
Yeah. Oh, that was brilliant.
Double vodka. Double vodka. Oh, he's missed it up with half a shandy on that last one there.
So
Yeah, I don't know.
what is a sport?
You know, I mean,
That's what it boils down to. How do you define a sport?
yeah.
Can you gamble on it?
Something that brings competitiveness into it? What defines a sport?
I could be
Well, if you could
competitive.
define it by competitiveness, then definitely esports are sports.
Yes.
That's why
Yeah,
I'm trying to mention
But
it.
if you're going to define it by competitiveness, professional wrestling is classed as a sport, and that is not a competitive contest.
Professional wrestling or
question
amateur wrestling?
That
Still is.
amateur wrestling is a legit sport. No one's going to
Yeah.
but in a lot of ways, professional wrestling is classified as a sport. However, it's not competitive. It is, it is staged. It is predetermined.
What are you saying?
Yeah, it's staged. That's entertainment.
What are you saying?
Dave, I'll explain to you off stream.
Wait a minute.
Next, you'll be telling me Santa's not real.
Mm.
But you have something like gymnastics that is completely predetermined. You do a set routine every time.
Yeah.
That's a motherfucking sport. Let me tell you.
Exactly. And the competition is outside. Is outside of the. Is external to the. To the doing of it. If that makes sense.
Is the winner predetermined when it goes in?
Depends on which country's hosting it.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, all sports have this issue. I mean, even tennis, that's a racket now.
Oh shit! No.
Right. Okay, Sammy.
Oh, come on. Bionic Dance would be happy with that.
She'd be very happy with that.
She'd be very happy with that.
Sammy.
Is chess a sport?
Well, it's classed as a sport. But in this country, bridge isn't.
Yeah.
Card games aren't. A lot of card
Why?
games aren't. I don't know, it just came up as a big legal case a few years ago. And they lost. I think it's to do with whether or not they can get funding from
Because
certain
I
bodies.
think that the defining line. If you class chess as a sport, then video games might as well be as well.
Yeah.
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 This is the more important question. Should video games be an Olympic sport?
No.
Oh, fuck no.
God, no.
I don't see why not.
Go controversial
But
there,
the problem
Dave.
is, the first Olympics had poetry and creative writing.
It did.
Well, come on. I mean, it wouldn't be the first joke sport that's been put into the Olympics. I mean, baseball was put in there, for goodness sake. And America lost.
Is that directed at me?
I believe so. You're meant to be insulted.
No.
Act insulted, quick.
No, not at you. Just your country. You're just your country.
I think I feel about my country at the moment anyway. So
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. This is the thing. America introduced baseball into the Olympics in '96, and of all countries, it was a country that America hates, Cuba, that won the gold medal.
Very good. Right, Reese said, shagging is physical. If you get a few spectators, that could be a sport too. In some countries, there are competitions.
Well, I only watch the Olympics for the ice skating and the gymnastics.
Of course you do.
I knew that was going to be a thing.
You're a
What,
winter.
volleyball?
You're gonna say women's beach
Oh,
volleyball.
yeah, and the beach volleyball.
Forget about the beach volleyball.
So what you're saying is it's a sport if there's eye candy.
Exactly.
So you would vote Pornhub as a sport.
Oh, completely. I've burned many a calorie
wait.
on that.
Watching Pornhub or
No, we want-
participating in Pornhub? Then?
Well, either, I suppose.
It depends. we could have competitive watching of people watching Pornhub.
So we can.
Yeah.
So we,
Oh, that is.
Like a goggle box.
so we can reach
Did you
consensus.
say gobblecock?
Gogglebox.
No, goggle box for Pornhub.
So we can reach a consensus that women's mud wrestling should be an Olympic event.
Fuck off.
I think it would be fine, but you'd have to have men's mud wrestling too.
Exactly.
You have to touch it.
Honestly, nobody wants
And
to
I'm
do
fairly
that.
certain that we'd have to have mixed as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. In the interest of fairness and sporting competition, yes, actually you should have men's and you should have mixed. However, as a viewer of the Olympics, I can choose which I wish to watch.
Fair enough. So we have got 4 people that say it's a sport, 1 person that says it's not, and no one has defined what a sport is.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, could you make Pornhub
Why do I
into
get
a relay race? Could you
So
make
what
Pornhub into a... Go on ahead, Jeff.
No, it's just, why do I get the feeling my invite onto Amanda's channel is slowly just right now?
It's all right. She's just going to make you wear shorts and come covered in mud.
Yeah, tomorrow night I was
No.
supposed to be doing TV time with Amanda. However, that is not looking doubtful now.
Having said that, Jeff in shorts covered in mud actually probably wouldn't be too bad.
Hey,
You're
hey,
always wearing a football
Hey.
jersey anyway, so it would make sense.
and I appreciate the fact you said football.
It registered in my brain right before it came out of my mouth for you. So you're welcome.
MathPig,
Yes.
you've forgotten, haven't you?
No, I wasn't listening to you.
No, you were trying to talk.
I was saying, if you had it on Pornhub, you could turn it into a relay race, and you can figure out how that works.
Well, I think
You'd need judges on the ground is the problem.
You'd also have to go back to the original Greek and make sure everyone was lubed up first.
Well, MathPig, if you wish, if you wish to come on board, I'm willing to help form a governing body for this.
Well, you can have
For the men's or the
Who
women's?
gets to judge on which department?
Mainly for the women's, but I'm happy to form a governing body for women's oil and mud wrestling if people are willing to come in and help set a definitive
You realise
example.
as a pansexual, and I'm sure Amanda feels the same, we have no objections to this.
Yeah. Then you will have. There we go. We've got some board members already. We're going to set up a governing body for this.
Yeah, but I think both Jeff and MathPig should be fully responsible for, and with full involvement in greasing up and oiling up and mudding up the men as well.
Yes, I wholeheartedly agree.
I'll do it for the sport.
The length.
Can we film it for Pornhub?
I will happily do that for the interests of sporting competition.
The lengths that Jeff will go to rub mud onto a girl.
You only had to ask, Jeff.
Right.
No, I don't have. No, it takes more than asking.
I've tried that.
There had to be manipulation for a woman to allow me to do that. There has to be a certain degree of manipulation there.
Chloroform.
Chloroform. That's getting. I don't think that would be allowed in the rules.
Yeah.
I don't know, Jeff's writing the rules.
Strongly discouraged.
Hey, he's the governing body.
Yeah.
I'm not convinced I can be associated with this sport anymore. Right.
Yeah,
Are we talking about video games at some point?
If we
Yeah, there
commit to
wasn't
this
mention
now,
video games.
if we commit to this now, in 10 years it will be in the Olympics, in 15 years it will be professional sport. We'll have bigger. Hey, we'll get a TV deal with Pornhub, maybe.
Televised on
Pretending
Pornhub.
in the idiocracy where just the only media is now porn,
Yes.
including advertising.
Oh, wouldn't that be dreadful? Imagine if your president had to appear naked in front of the podium.
One of the best fucking movies ever, though.
Yes, but I think it would put a lot of. I don't think Trump would have become. I think if the president had to appear naked, I don't think Trump would have gone up for it. I think he's too ashamed of himself. I think he's genuinely ashamed of his body. He should be.
How did we get on to
Absolutely
this? How did we
Has
get
to
on
be
to
a
this
level-
from games considered a sport about Trump?
Right,
You
nerdy.
know that song Inchworm? It was made up about Trump.
Nerdy says
There
one.
has to be a level of shame if he's willing to let Russian hookers piss on him. So.
Oh, I'm so glad I didn't have a mouthful.
What are you drinking there?
What?
Is that Russian?
Amazing, I get it. Yeah.
Is that Russian? That you're drinking, Jim?
So what Russian?
No,
we are?
I am drinking melon and
That
pure.
light orange-coloured fluid.
It's green, actually.
That's not what it looks like on camera.
Jen, it looks like piss.
It looks like Mountain Dew, doesn't it?
Right, Nerdy says
No,
one
it
thing
looks like piss.
I don't understand is
If
why.
your piss is that colour, Sammy, you should see a doctor.
Nerdy says one thing I don't understand is why every episode seems to remind me of a chapter.
Nerdy said nothing. Nerdy said nothing.
In Sammy's fan fiction. Right, okay, Reese is right. We've absolutely exhausted the subject. Next question.
Yeah, to be honest, let's just sum up and say video games should be an Olympic sport compared to the shit we've just proposed.
Yeah. Right. Question 346. Has gone broken. If you could replace all your teeth with psychic orbs that would enable you to tell the future, but would give you a high-pitched continuous stream every time you opened your mouth, would you go ahead with the operation?
No. There's nothing about that sounds good, Dave.
No.
Nothing.
Bad question, Dave.
There's
That's a
nothing.
bad question.
There's nothing that sounds appealing to that to me whatsoever.
You get to see the future.
No.
Yeah, and I have to drink my favourite food in the world, like chicken vindaloo, for a fucking straw.
No, you don't.
Forget it.
All you've got to do is to eat with earmuffs on.
Oh no, because I have to replace my teeth.
No, you don't. The orbs work as teeth.
Would they be dentures? Could you remove them?
No.
Well, definitely no then.
This is an obvious no.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Dave. There's nothing controversial about this. Nothing good comes from this. You see the future, which would suck to some degree. You have this high-pitched yell, and people know how annoying I am. And yeah, you get weird-ass teeth that you couldn't eat properly through.
No, you can eat properly. You can eat
properly. Here's the thing. I get to have something replacing my teeth, which will predict the heart attack that I will inevitably get for eating the food that I'm trying to eat at the time.
Yes.
Exactly. No, thank you.
Yeah.
Fine. You did take the question the wrong way. MathPig.
No, just no. There's nothing about this question I like. It's a bad question, Dave.
Why don't you want to be able to see the future?
Well, seeing the future, what is it predetermined? Can we see it? Can we manipulate it?
You can change it.
If you know the future, there's nothing you can do that won't stop you from either trying to
Yes.
make it happen or trying to make it not happen, which is going to fuck up the timeline, which means it's never going to happen anyway. So there's no fucking point in never knowing the future.
We're going to get into a predeterminism thing here.
In the universe of the question, you can change the future.
I love the way your definitions of can you and can't you change the future differ from question to question.
Yes, they have to. Otherwise, the questions don't work.
Yeah, you want to torture us. That's what it is. No, don't like it. Silly question.
So you could easily win every lottery. That's
so what?
Yeah, but what would be the point? What would be the point? Because after a while, the jackpot would go down to a $5.
Dave, you know me. I like seeing if I can do stuff and things are a challenge. And if I knew the answer to everything, it would just take the fun out of life from me.
But there would be new challenges.
Like what?
Could you run into this nuclear bunker without getting shot?
Hold on, I sit down and check the future.
Yeah, sorry, Dave. There is no way you're winning this one. This is just dumb.
So, Dave, what's your answer to this? I'm going to ask.
What's your answer, Dave?
You never answer these questions, Dave.
2 seconds. I do answer them sometimes. 2 seconds.
He does when I'm on because I fucking make it. So.
Hey, we're on the same team today, Amanda.
That's some backup. Yeah. Well, you're just kissing my ass because you're afraid of me now.
After the Jar Jar impressions the other day, I'm definitely afraid of you.
Jeff, I have your back. Don't worry. I'll kick her before I kick you. Don't worry.
Oh, you should see the question that Nerdy had me add. You should see the question that Bill had me add. That's not today, though. It's tomorrow.
We could do it today?
No, it's not in this list.
No. Let's let them do that tomorrow.
Sammy! See the future, high-pitched squeal.
I'm trying to think of positives, but even the seeing the future is just outweighed by the screaming teeth. I think you couldn't tell anyone anything, suppose you could write it down. But there's many things that I like to do with my mouth open that I don't want to also have to wear earmuffs at the same time for.
So would your partner.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Phrasing.
My partner, myself.
The
Yourself?
children.
Wait, yourself?
Well, he doesn't
Singing, Dave.
Oh.
I like to sing.
My mind was somewhere completely different.
Your mind's always somewhere completely different.
So not one of you,
Yeah,
not
like
one
to-
of you
to
wants.
not even be able to speak to your kids anymore. Like,
Yeah.
just open
Come
your
on,
mouth
it
and
would
just shriek at them.
Well, Dave, then, if you're the odd one out here, make a case of why your option would be better.
Why would my option be better? I could see the future and no one would have to listen to me. I think the whole
That's
world
a
would be
benefit
better.
for us, but it's not a benefit for you.
You know, for anyway, no one listens to you. It's not a good argument.
It's a perfectly good argument. I can't believe not one of you is going to go for this. This wonderful gift you're being offered.
It's
Well, you go
done,
for
but
it.
It doesn't work.
Yeah. No.
No.
Sorry, it sucks, Dave. There is nothing good about this.
Fine.
Next question.
Are you going with it, Dave?
Yes.
Is that your answer?
Yes.
Well, there you go. You got one.
Yeah, but I don't count. Right. Question 347. If you could say one thing to a Christian-type god, what would it be?
Fuck you.
That was quick.
The platypus, were you drunk?
Cancer in children, you fucking asshole.
That's where, I mean,
Yeah,
there's a lot that is encompassed in the fuck you.
Friday, so.
Yes.
I know.
How
I'm paraphrasing
fucking dare
season
you.
5, but it was well said.
Yeah.
Jeff?
Give me a few. Go to someone else. I'm trying to think of this one.
Sammy?
Was it a question or a statement?
It was a question.
So what question would you ask him?
Oh no, you can ask a question or a statement. It's what would you say? One thing you can say.
Probably have one word, really.
Go on.
Why?
It's a good question.
How about pull my finger?
Would you have one queued up for him?
Oh fuck yes. If I shit myself in the process, I'd do it.
Dave?
You could grab him by the testicles and go cough.
I would go with how fucking dare you.
Yeah.
Dave?
Yeah, that's
about
good
the same as mine.
Yes.
So.
Well, I mean, seriously,
I think a more interesting question to ponder is what would a Christian ask him?
It's a hard question
How
for
may
us.
I serve you? I don't fucking know. Or how may I service you?
I was going to say,
Sammy,
do I have to make it all the way down to the
How may you
balls?
service me?
Sammy, I'll just say there's a Christian friend of mine who wants to come onto my channel for a chat at some point, and I want to schedule. I think you've just given me a question to ask him.
He said,
Glad to help.
Yeah.
well,
Right.
you know those Christians
out
just
there.
want to get down on their knees and praise Jesus.
Mm.
Yeah.
Feel his salvation all over their faces.
Right.
Make sure
How
to let
about
me
this?
know when you
Next
do that
question.
stream because I want to know the answer, Jeff.
Okay. How about a question to ask God? God, why did God, of all the people you could send as a representative to try and convince me of your existence, why the fuck did you choose Kent Hovind?
He didn't. The response would be, I didn't. He's a lying cunt.
We are talking about the Christian God here. It's like,
Yeah.
can you say?
Yeah,
can
but
you
which
see
Christian God?
Like, can you say? Can you see why I'm an atheist when you have fuckwits like this representing your cause?
Exactly.
I mean,
See, that falls under my why Just
Yes.
why?
Well, this is it. Why covers pretty much
Yeah.
everything. You can
Actually, maybe I'd even ask God a question, like in the sense of, God, can a dog produce a non-dog?
I like that.
Or the obvious.
I know.
Sorry, I've had enough drink that I can't remember what I was going to say.
I know that's not a great impression, but I'm forbidden from doing any more Jar Jars for.
Why would Jar Jar ask?
You said that once, and then
I am forbidden, Jake. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
To be fair, Amanda, he was asked by Jay to do it in the stream, and you did take your headphones off.
Yeah, but then I thought you were done, and I heard.
Yeah,
some
to be
of it.
fair, it took us 30 seconds. It took us 30 seconds to convince Jeff to actually do it.
Not Jeff's fault.
Yeah, they kind of pestered me into it there. So
It was very much peer pressure.
Yeah.
Right, next question.
I'd still do a bad Kent Hovin than a good Jar Jar right now because Amanda will kill me.
Very good.
I
Right.
don't care about the fucking quarantine. I will swim across the fucking ocean and I will kick your ass.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Right. Question 300.
Not involved.
So objectively speaking, though, Amanda, is my impression of Jar Jar good or bad?
No impression of Jar
needs to
Jar is
just
good.
Die by fucking fire, so I have no opinion one way or the other. How about that?
You're agnostic on the proposal, okay?
Yes.
Right. Question 349. No, that's wrong. Question 348. If you could say one thing to a Greek type god, what would it be?
Can I borrow your
Where's the
lightning bolt?
piss?
Zeus, why do you keep raping women?
I've got
What
a
did you say?
lightning bolt would be handy from the top of a mountain.
Yeah.
Sammy.
Nice toga.
Roman.
I thought you were going to say you were talking
Right.
to Aphrodite and you were going to
I
say
like-
nice tits.
I like how it shows your biceps.
I thought were Greek gods not naked?
Were they?
I don't know. I'm just.
No, they could appear in any sort of form they wanted, though, couldn't they? They often did in myths.
Then
How do you think Zeus got so many flipping women pregnant by impersonating
With
their
his
husbands?
penis?
Yeah, but appearing in the guise of their husbands or lovers or whatever.
impersonating their husband's penis.
Because you're a rapist fucker. You know? Sorry, I'm not a fan of Zeus, as you can tell.
I want to know who came up with that story. Was it a story
Well,
made up to justify women that had cheated with somebody, and they could say that their kids were children of gods rather than the husbands? And these stories have got to come
But
from
surely
somewhere.
they'd find out later when the kids had no demigod abilities.
Yeah.
Sorry, did I just kill that?
Yeah. Right. Sammy.
What about you? No.
So,
Well, Sammy answered.
did he?
What about you, Dave?
Me? I've absolutely no idea.
I don't know, I think there's so many of them. I just
That's the
probably
thing. I
asked
think you'd have
if
to
I
got to pick one.
can- But no, but I'd be like, can I be a god too?
Oh, where's the
Where's
ambrosia?
party?
Where's the ambrosia?
Technically, they could make you a god.
Yeah.
I think they'd have done that.
Well,
with
demigod
some-
anyway.
I think they did do that with some
Yes.
mortals,
Where's
didn't
the
they?
ambrosia? If
Yeah,
you eat
they raise
ambrosia.
them up to demigod status. So yeah, you could do that. But I mean, you get the same thing by saying, "Where's the party?" So you can join in the fun with them. I mean, you'd end up being, as long as you entertain them enough, you'd end up a god.
Mm.
I thought of something.
Go on.
How
I
about,
would ask them do they know the gods that created monkey magic?
Okay.
What is monkey magic?
Born from an egg on a mountain top.
Do you
Monkey
not
magic.
know what monkey magic is?
No.
Is that the same myth? as
Really?
the
How do you
Dragon
not
Ball
know
Z?
that?
The Monkey Emperor, yeah?
How
Yes,
much?
the monkey
Yeah.
emperor.
Yeah.
The
So,
funkiest monkey that
Okay,
ever was.
Right. Firstly, you seem surprised I don't know. Secondly, Jen keeps singing. What the hell have I missed here?
Do you know that stupid
That's the
anime that
song
I like,
from the
Dragon Ball
show.
Z? It's based on the same myth as that. It's an old myth, and it's a show, The Monkey Emperor. Came out in the 70s.
Fair enough.
Monkey.
Yeah,
It's a
it was
monkey.
absolutely brilliant.
It is my favorite show of all time.
It's
Uh-huh.
fucking hilarious.
It's
Yeah.
up there with mine as well, Sammy. I loved it. It was brilliant. Tripitaka was awesome. She was also hot.
Does it
Yeah.
hold? Does it hold up? If I watch it now, is it
I
going to
watched
seem
I
appalling?
have watched
You
it
would
within
still
the
get
last 6 months.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I showed my kids recently, and they loved it. The
Yeah,
original.
be very careful. Do not watch the new version that they made in New Zealand recently because it's shit.
Shit.
Absolute shit. But if you watch the original, yes, it still holds up, special effects wise. It wasn't brilliant even at its time. But the story, the humor in it, the way it was done is just absolutely
The
brilliant.
acting.
It is
I
so
sent you a
much
link.
fun. Yeah.
I sent you a link
question,
in
sorry,
Discord.
question for a Greek god that I'd ask. So Zeus, how historically accurate was Dina Warrior Princess?
I'm gonna go with not very.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although the lesbian part of it probably would have been.
Don't know what you're on about, Jen.
Very real to life.
Come on, they were lesbian icons. It was brilliant.
I don't know what you're talking about, Jen. I honestly have no ideas.
Yeah, and that's why you watched it. You wanted to see them get their les on.
I kept fucking teasing it, but it never happened, did it? Let's be honest.
Was it like a G-rated show, Jeff? What did you expect?
Exactly.
Yeah, but he was living in hope.
Right.
You live in hope, don't you? It's like,
Next question. Question 349. Have you ever fallen victim to a conman?
No.
well, collectively, we did vote Boris Johnson, so
Individually.
But did you actually vote for him?
oh fuck no.
Oh, then you didn't personally.
No.
There you go.
I voted for Tony Blair once, so I think that counts.
I don't think he was a con man.
I
Mhm.
haven't.
Oh, we
But-
have evidence. We have evidence of weapons of mass destructions in Iraq. Yeah, fuck off.
No, I genuinely believe he thought we did because we were fucking lied to. I think he was
By
misled.
my
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
country.
Christ,
You're
no.
welcome.
Christ, no. What that document that we went to Iraq, the Iraq War was from, which came from the British government, that was fucking docked by his government. No, fuck off.
No, I think that came out later. I don't think that was the basis.
No, it was the basis.
No, I don't think it was.
that was Dave. That was the basis.
No, that's what we said. That's what we claimed after the fact was the basis, as we were trying to
No,
make
that
up
was
something
not
because we
that
were let
Dave.
down.
That document. That document was presented to the UN by Colin Powell before we even invaded Iraq. That was Blair's dodgy dossier that he sold Parliament on going to war on. He's a fucking con man and a liar.
Fair enough.
Sorry, I'm
Right,
going off
okay.
on a rant there. But I
Yes.
fucking hate-
Do we have to go
I'm
down the
not-
politics?
Right, no, we don't. Right, we're
You know,
not.
I'm a Labour man, but I fucking hate that man Blair with a passion.
So, would you vote for Labour now if he was the leader?
Fuck, probably not actually.
So you let the Tories get in instead of voting for him.
I'd probably protest vote in all honesty, if that was the case.
Weren't you complaining about people doing that in the US before?
Me,
Yeah,
No.
did you make a statement in a stream earlier about how people should vote for Biden just so that Trump doesn't get back in?
I don't recall that I
I
did.
said that.
If I did,
I know Amanda did.
If I did, Jen,
And I agree with Amanda.
Jen, if I did, point me to it, but I don't believe I did.
Well, you might not have. I might have been confused because there was a lot of politics being said the other day, so I'm probably confused, and I've had a lot to drink. So
No, somebody else said it too. They agreed with me. So,
Fair enough.
but Sarah asked a good question: does boyfriends or girlfriends count? Because that was going to be my answer.
Yes, I think so. Well, if they have done something that's a traditional, that's a con rather than just a bit misleading in your relationship. Cheating on you, I don't think is conning you.
No, not cheating. Just having a habit that he didn't expose before we were together.
Yeah, I'd say that's conning you.
Con Manny. So, yeah, that's my answer.
Sammy?
okay.
I had a girl eat or drink something she was allergic to bloat her stomach to convince me she was pregnant with my child.
What the
Oh,
fuck?
that is fucked up.
Jesus
Yeah.
fucking Christ.
She
Holy
was
shit! Who would risk their life like that?
this bitch.
Oh.
This bitch.
That's bad. That's bad.
She was
Yeah. Okay, you win.
That just popped into my head actually, and I probably wished I hadn't said it. But my answer was gonna be, I haven't really been conned, but my mum got as far as the post office to pay a tax bill that thankfully the local post office guy, because they sort of all know each other in Mum's town, said to her, don't pay this, it sounds pretty dodgy. And she rang up whoever and looked into it, and it was a scam, and it was a decent amount of money. So
But luckily,
my mum's not a silly lady. It was a because they sent letters beforehand, and it was all on official tax office looking documents, and then they were ringing, and
they do. They know exactly how to key into you to convince you, and they are getting more sophisticated. I've been conned with my father by dodgy salesmen 20 or so years ago, but only from the perspective of buying like shit leather jackets that aren't leather.
I would find it hard to imagine that there's not anyone here or anyone in the chat that has not been conned or grifted off of at some point in their lifetime. But I think it's it's what you learn from that experience is the question.
I don't remember
cons
anything
me all the
big,
time.
but I'm sure small stuff has happened.
I mean, he fucking does the whole like, "I love you, mom," and is all nice.
Oh, he's definitely lying.
Yeah, he did it the other day. I was talking to MathPig about it because he was just being really fucking nice to me. Like, he brought me food, he brought me milk because he said he didn't want me to disintegrate.
What did he want?
Weird. He ended up going someplace he wasn't supposed to, and I think he didn't want me checking in on him. It was right after he left, yeah. So he did get in trouble, and he fucking hates me now for it.
I'll give you a good one where I almost got conned. I almost got conned by an 8-year-old like 2 years ago, and like this is my stepfather's 80th birthday party. So we were down there, and there was about a dozen kids in there, about like and my best friend's kid Matthew, his name is, he's my son and my best friend in the world. He came up said to me, it's like, all the other kids got this bag of candy, how come I didn't? So I went over to my mum and said, "Hey, how come Matthew didn't get a bag of candy?" He says, "What are you on about? I gave him 2 bags of candy." and I took her around, and I looked at him, and he had this most smug fucking grin on his face you've ever fucking seen. I was like, "You little bastard."
Right. Next question. Question 350. Which question has annoyed you the most so far, and why?
This one.
Yeah, maybe.
Why would this one be annoying?
Because we have to remember, like, there's been how many? 250 fucking
Yeah.
questions?
350.
Fuck me.
My
Yeah.
the worst question you asked was about killing our children. That was the word. Anything
Oh,
about
yeah.
killing
Yeah,
children.
I think that one. I would go with that one, honestly.
Okay, I don't think I was in for that one, so I'm going to go with the stupid time viewing teeth from this show.
The teeth don't view the future, you view the future. Go on,
I
Sammy.
don't care.
Hey, if we'd said yes earlier, we'd have seen this question come in.
Yes.
Yep.
So, inform me, what was the baby killing question?
No, we're not going. I can't.
I can't. No, I honestly, I've got to be honest. I can't quite remember the exact question, but it was like,
Oh,
It
if
was
you
there-
could kill-
it was there-
if you
it
could kill
wasn't-
one baby, you
No,
could-
it wasn't a baby killing
Yeah.
question. It was a killing your child when they were an adult.
Yeah, you
Why?
have to hang your own
You
kid.
had to hang your own kid.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
I was in for that question. That one sucked, you asshole.
Why are you hanging your own child?
Because if you don't,
Okay, this was the worst question, and we're now doing it again. Can we not do it
be
again?
honest,
You don't have to answer it.
No, I agree. I'm changing my answer. That was the worst question.
To be honest, Dave, a lot of the any sexual related questions, because I never fucking get any anyway.
Sorry,
And you
we
know,
were so close. If we don't hang our child, what happens?
if you don't hang your child, your child dies anyway, and someone else does.
Oh, well, that's easy.
yeah, that was a bad question, honestly.
But what would you do?
That was easy. You wouldn't
Hold
do
on.
it.
You wouldn't.
Hold
This is it. That's that. They spent the entire time trying to come up with reasons they wouldn't do it.
So hold on. I just thought we were supposed to ask what the worst question.
Yeah, not actually ask the
Not
fucking
answer the
question.
fucking question again.
Well, I'm not asking anyone else. Sammy asked specifically. Right.
No, and that wasn't the worst question. Anything political.
I think political. Yes, I agree with that probably.
Yeah, look, it was a shit question. Can we move on?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was not a good one. Honestly, yeah.
Right. Nerdy says all of my previous questions.
Come back now.
Right. Question 351. Have you ever been infested? By what exactly?
Nits. Thanks to my kids bringing them home from school.
Personally infested personally with something?
Well, no,
or-
it includes. I mean, I would say I've been infested with
or-
ants.
or in the house.
Yes.
Bed bugs I've had before.
Oh.
I had to yeah, believe me, I had to destroy. I had to go 3 or 4 times over to destroy them fuckers.
Mm.
Which I think I bought them back from when I went away and probably picked them up from a hotel one time, and they got in there. Yeah, that was 3 or 4 times of fumigating them before I finally got rid of the little fuckers.
Nits are annoying, but I think everyone that's had kids has had nits.
Yeah, bed bugs are the worst.
Bed
though.
bugs are
Bed
evil.
bugs
I've not had bed
fucking
bugs.
If you're going to talk about stuff that wasn't on me personally, we had termites in this house.
Well, they're ants.
Yeah, but termites are fucking worse than normal ants.
Right.
The ceiling in this room, we had to pull out and replace the beams because they ate them all.
You live in wooden houses, don't you?
But this house is wooden. Not all houses here are wooden. This one's wooden.
Who lives in wood houses?
Australia.
No, this house was built in the 50s.
This house was built 150 years ago. They knew how to use brick 150 years ago.
Have you not
Yeah,
seen the
but
film?
we built wooden houses. We have fucking Jarrah. The problem is part of the beams in this was made out of carry, and termites love carry.
Right, you just used 3 words I have no clue what mean.
Jarrah is a hardwood. It's one of the hardest woods in the world. Most of our houses back in the 50s were built out of it. Carrie is a softer wood that termites think is fucking awesome, like pine. And they just eat it up.
You see, we only ever get to the second little piggy in that story in Australia. So
Wait till MathPig comes
Sorry,
over.
guys, I'll be back in 2 seconds.
I don't
Never-
like your stories, Sammy. I think we've made it
I'll be back
official.
to
Your
just
stories are
listening.
bad stories.
Is Sammy talking about his fan fiction again?
Nobody's talking about the fan.
Go on.
what was the question? Because I had a good answer.
Have you ever been infested?
Oh,
By what
fuck,
exactly?
That's right. Oh, what haven't I been infested by? So I've been infested by cockroaches of several different breeds. Mice, rats, bird lice, termites.
Bees. I had a terrible, not bees, a wasp nest in the house.
Yes, bees. I
Oh,
don't know if it
wasps, yeah.
counts as an infestation when there's one, but I'm sure we've all had
Nothing wrong
Bumworm.
with these.
One word.
Depends on the type of bee.
I've had to get wasp nests removed. Yeah, wasps
Yeah,
suck.
burn the fucks. Burn wasps. Burn them to the fucking ground.
You'd have to burn the house down.
Oh, wasps, yeah, wasps. We get heaps. Would you class ringworm as an infestation? I've never had it,
No.
I don't think, but you wouldn't?
No, I don't think so.
I've had an infestation of Jehovah's Witnesses. 4 days in a row, little fuckers came to the door.
Like I say, I think Sammy's probably had an infestation of kids. Fucking
All
little
of our
thing.
garden used to be fenced off because it had an underground spring in it, and it was very, like, we would call shocky. You couldn't have walked in certain parts of it; you'd have sunk.
Yeah, boggy.
Of course, yeah, boggy sort of area. And of course, we didn't fucking listen. So we went down there, and I got stuck, and I sunk right down up until up past my waist. And I was there for a good 20 minutes, half an hour before my ma found me and took me out. And we're in the living room afterwards, and I'm sitting there and I'm scratching like man. She's like, "What's wrong?" I was like, "I'm very itchy." She took the top off. There must have been 50 woodlice just crawling all over my chest and everything else.
I've never seen a woodlouse infested on a person. Manda.
No, I don't think so, unless it happened when I was really young.
You've not even had nits from Angel.
No, he never had them.
That's insane. I don't think I've ever met someone that's had kids that's not had lice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I thought about it, and I was very surprised. But no, he never.
Did he have very short hair?
No, he's always had relative, like not long, but at least like this long. So they never had
And
like.
you yourself as a kid never got them either? Or you don't remember?
I don't remember. I think I have a very vague memory of maybe it happening in preschool, like my mother having to comb lice out of my hair, and everybody got it. I think so.
Oh, so
Yeah, I
everyone
could be wrong
does.
about
This is the
that.
thing. When a class gets it,
Yeah,
everyone gets it.
Not Angel though. So surprisingly enough.
Jeff asks, do Portsmouth FC fans count as an infestation? I think all football fans count as an infestation. He's not here.
All sports fans.
Right. Question 352. What is the worst thing that a person can put on their bio on a dating app?
I have herpes.
Oh.
You think that's the
How
worst
do you
thing?
beat that?
How is it? I have
I
AIDS.
could beat it, like, I put my face up. That didn't work either.
It's the fact that you can tell whether or not he's got a smug grin behind the avatar. Manda,
What?
what's the worst thing you can put?
Yeah, I know. I'm a creationist.
Oh.
Depends on the dating site.
That's very much true. But we're going generic.
Yeah.
We're going Tinder or Match.
But then they aren't smart enough to know what a young Earth creationist is. Even if they are one, they probably don't even know that that's the name for it.
Worst thing you put on? Hail Hitler?
Oh.
Yeah, that would actually, in this country right now, would probably bring you a lot back.
Nerdy says, devout fundamentalist Christian. Scummer says, I've been blackpiled. What's blackpiled on a dating app? I'm intrigued.
Is he talking about an orgy with people with darker skin color?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to work out.
Intrigued. Dave.
Intrigued.
But with
I was
a
going
word
to say that
all
I didn't come off racist.
Diana says, my IQ is over 150. Is that irrelevant to the question?
Hey, Jeff, they say once you go black, you never go back.
Nerdy says, pill. Don't get it. Hmm?
Not pile. Pill.
I said pill. I'm getting told off, but I can't hear her.
Oh, like red pill, blue pill,
Oh!
rainbow pill.
That makes sense.
What the hell's a rainbow pill?
I don't know. I'm intrigued by that. Is that,
Yeah,
is that the pill we're
What's a
entering?
That's just Nerdy's weekends.
Is that LSD? Sammy.
Black pilled, I said.
Oh!
Black pilled is incel speak.
God, Dave.
Sorry.
Fuck.
That makes a lot more sense.
Right, Commander.
Deafened me.
That makes a lot more sense.
How about worst thing on a date? So, hi, I own a dinosaur adventureland where I can teach biblical lessons to the kids about how dinosaurs and children live together.
Bring your kids for a swim.
No.
Hannibal Lecter is my idol. Please bring your own barbecue sauce.
Bring your own marinade.
It's a nice Chianti.
Sammy. Sammy?
Did we lose Sammy?
He's falling asleep.
Are you there?
Sammy.
I think he didn't. Maybe he just doesn't want to answer the question.
His internet's usually twitchy.
Oh, he says I'm here.
What did you say, Dave?
I haven't said anything yet.
Well, then let's go. That's a fucking question.
Hi, my name is Dave.
Oh, come on.
Anything on anything like that, you just cannot be honest. So, I can't think of anything.
I don't know that most people aren't dishonest. Most people just don't put everything in them.
I hate dating sites. I fucking hate them.
Lie.
And the problem is nowadays. I'm going to vent for a fucking moment here, but the problem is nowadays that is how most people meet.
Yes.
And I fucking hate those sites, like Tinder or Bumble or anything. I've been on them, but I hate those, or Plenty of Fish. I hate those fucking sites because, especially Tinder, because Tinder is you just go for the aesthetic. Honestly, you don't read what people are about or anything.
It's all about swiping.
It's all about swiping. It's all about and maybe because I know I'm an ugly fucker. Yeah, I'm not. But even so, even if there's a girl I find really attractive, it's like I actually want to know a bit what this girl's about before I swipe. Oh, I like her or not. Even if I find her really
no getting
attractive.
to know people anymore, is there? It's all
No.
it's all about the about the bouncy chow cha cha wow wow.
Yeah, it's just like she looks attractive or he looks attractive, but blah blah. We'll swipe right, and it's like. I mean, I know technically you can talk to one another and then or whatever after you've done those things, but I actually want to know a bit about someone before I meet.
Yeah,
them.
I could have sworn I was told that you just swipe on everybody and then talk to them.
Well, that's what pisses me off, is people do that. People do that, and it's like, and like someone said to me, because that 6 months ago, oh, you want to try Bumble out for a dating app, when I was feeling sorry for myself, again, like I sometimes do, but he said, just swipe on everyone, you'll get to someone. It's like, well, no, actually, if I read a profile and I'm like, oh, clearly I'm not gonna get on with this person.
Yeah, but you don't know, because they're all lying about what they put on their profile.
Even if I find them physically, if they say conservative and Christian, the chances are I'm not going to get along with them.
No, because the problem is, apart from the fact that a lot of conservative Christians don't give a shit about either of those things, but they answer that to the questions. Is the problem?
Quite possibly, but you've got that. This is the information you've got to go on.
Seriously, Jeff, try being a woman on those sort of sites, because what you get is you get guys messaging you going, "You look nice. What do you do?" And by what do you do? They don't mean what's your job.
Jen, I am assured that it is way worse for women on those sites than it is for guys. I am absolutely convinced about that. But it ain't great for guys either, because most of the fucking likes I've got turn out to be fucking bots trying to just get me onto a fucking porn website or something, and it gets fucking depressing after a while.
Yes, right. Well,
I don't want to get. I don't want to self-pity.
And Amanda, you were trying to say,
fucking depressed by these.
All I fucking get is show me your tits. So I don't want to do that shit.
They usually end up that way. It's like, what do you do? Show us your tits.
That's how it starts. That's how it fucking starts. So.
But no, I don't get into it much. But I'll just say my fucking love life depresses the fuck out of me a lot of the time. So.
And I've got to admit, Twitter's not much better. And now half the DMs you cop are the same shit, aren't they, man?
Right.
Twitter's a cesspool.
MathPig. Sammy says, "Come and meet my little Sammy," even though his audio is still not working. Because he says it in the side chat. We'll have to revisit this topic elsewhere. Right, next question. Question 353. What has been your least enjoyable experience of food poisoning?
I've never had food poisoning, so I don't...
How can you never have had food poisoning?
I've never had food poisoning, honestly.
Put that on a dating profile.
Mine was very public at the end of a six-pack.
You threw up
I'd
on
been drinking and I'd eaten something that had given me food poisoning, and then I spent the rest of the evening vomiting.
Alcohol poisoning doesn't count, Jen.
No,
it wasn't alcohol that caused the vomiting. It was the food.
It never is.
I had food poisoning.
It's never the alcohol.
Fuck off, Dave. No, I have vomited. No, I don't think I actually ever have vomited from drinking. It tends not to do that to me, but yeah, that night I was really, really sick. And you can see it because of how I was at the end of it. I was also very, very, very drunk. I don't know, were you in that six-pack? Was that before you joined?
We lost someone. We lost Sammy.
We have.
I went on one before, but not on that one. So I wasn't on that one.
I really was not well that night. I honestly, I should have quit out early. I was so unwell.
Yep. We can hear you.
Did Dave remembers how unwell?
Say again?
I wanted to say to Jeff that Bumble sounds like somewhere you'd go for a bum.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
It's a fucking shit dating site. It really is. Someone recommended it to me. It's a shit dating site. It really is.
Right, Sammy, answer to this question. What's been your least enjoyable experience of food poisoning?
I'm not sure what I ate because it was at like a Christmas party or something, so God knows. But just the both ends at the same time. Like literally time. What do you do? What
That
do
was
you
how
do?
I was that six-pack
Dave,
night.
What do you do?
You have a bucket, and you don't move off the loo.
Not unannounced at someone else's house.
Okay, at least that was home.
And the worst thing about it is you've got to then plan going home. I've had that happen. And you're sat on the loo with it at its worst thinking, right, home is 14 minutes away.
And on top of that, after you've had that, your butt cheeks end up red raw and you're like, I've got to sit in the fucking car.
I wouldn't risk getting into a car. I'll walk. I'm just somewhere I can throw up or do something, anything. I couldn't go into a car. I have tried coming back with vertigo. Someone picking me up when I had vertigo, and it just doesn't go well. Just throwing up out of a moving car is not pleasant. Manda.
I don't really recall. I think I got sick once in college from my friend Chris and I used to go to a different restaurant in Tucson every weekend, and we went to I think it was an Indian place, and I was being sick for like the whole weekend. So that was probably it. Which wasn't fun because I was like literally all the way down the hall from the bathroom. Like, there was one door and then the RA's door, and the bathroom was all the way down. So whenever I had to throw up, I ended up just like sitting in the hallway but outside the elevators for fucking most of the night. So sucked.
I can't imagine living in shared accommodation, having food poisoning. It's bad enough having a hangover. If you have to monopolise the loo.
Yeah, I had late classes, so I took a shower when everybody else was gone at class already, so it really wasn't a problem for me.
Stool says, I hold the world record for getting norovirus way too many times. MathPig.
Food poisoning, probably some dirty Chinese or something like that.
That's it. A lot.
A person.
I hope you didn't food there, MathPig.
You get food poisoning all the time over here sometimes, They use pigeons instead of chicken. It's just what happens,
Oh.
The worst thing is, in the last 12 months, where I've got food poisoning from the most? Domino's.
McDonald's? Oh, Domino's.
Fuck Domino's. This pizza sucks ass anyway.
Better than Pizza Hut.
Oh, I like Pizza Hut. I like Pizza Hut pizza.
No, Pizza Hut's better than Domino's.
I wish they still did a Sicilian base.
I'd rather get proper pizzas.
Apache Pizza makes a really nice pizza.
Is that just a local store near you?
No, they're in the south as well. It's like a small franchise, but it is Ireland only.
Right, the best we've got here is Pizza Magic. They've got like a couple of dozen stores.
The best we have here is called Magic Mushroom, so.
And what about pizzas?
Yeah. it's really hard, it's like 2 towns over, so they don't, if we want to get something delivered or whatever, we have to get fucking Pizza Hut or whatever. It took us, when Angel and I moved here, 8 fucking months to find a decent Chinese restaurant. We had to go almost into Atlanta to find it. It's just, the food around here, all they care about is barbecue and fried chicken. That's all they do here, so not anything decent.
We have a decent sushi place and a decent Chinese, and we've got a traditional Italian pizza place as well. So it's not bad.
My first 4 days when I was in America, I pooped purple. The food over there is not right. Not right in America.
Have you considered that eating an all-plum diet might have been your problem?
Man, I was eating lots of cake and alcohol. I have no idea why. I had just first 3 or 4 days, that food over there is not right. You put shit in that American food. It's not right. It's not right. It's I wasn't the only one.
Goddamn Americans.
Oh,
Bad food.
It's bad food. It's got nothing to do with your stomach.
you went to fucking Florida. What do you expect? Okay.
Dave, I wasn't the only one. I said this to the group of people that were there at the time, and one of them actually had the same reaction as Mama did, because when they sat back up, they're like, I'm the fucking same. What's that about? It's fucking definitely not me. It was the food.
With the food.
Florida.
Right.
America. Florida.
Florida.
Orlando.
I reckon you could split Florida off.
Having
Nice.
said that, I like Outback restaurants in the US.
No.
I mean, they don't cook Australian food, but I mean,
They call it fucking shrimp on the Barbie, so that's the first message you get that it's not really Australian.
not Australian, no.
No.
But they actually make really nice food. Their steaks are absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, I like Einstein's because I love bagels.
Oh, they don't have those here, but they had them in Tucson. I fucking miss them. I've missed decent fucking bagels.
Oh, yeah, you cannot get a decent bagel in Australia. It's just not possible. But I love them.
Is there such a thing as a decent bagel?
No, in New England,
Ooh.
you're so close to New York. Yes. Oh my God, yes. There are decent bagels. Yes, definitely.
They make all sorts. You can get sweet and savory bagels, and it's so nice.
Did you
Yeah,
answer
I
that?
know.
I'm fucking hungry. Can we have the next question?
Sorry, Sammy.
It's all
Now I
right.
want a bagel,
I'll
and
get
there's
a
no
mun-
way I
I'll
can
get
ever
a
have
munch
one.
after this. It's just the munchies.
It's
Yeah.
like pancake places. You don't get decent pancake restaurants in Australia.
They do have some very nice pancake restaurants in America.
Oh,
fucking
even
IHOP.
IHOP, which is like is like the KFC of pancake restaurants. It's
no.
still really nice.
Their fucking pancakes are awesome. Too. Say what you want about IHOP. I love IHOP. We used to, in fact,
Oh no, I
we used to
wasn't. I wasn't dissing IHOP.
We have a
Oh, yes.
tradition that for Angel's birthday, he gets, it sounds weird, Taco Bell for breakfast, and we go to IHOP for dinner. That's what he likes
Ouch.
on his birthday.
Ooh.
Oh, that's what he likes.
Uh,
That's his thing. So.
Not big on Taco Bell, but
No, I
yeah,
fucking
I'm with
love
you on
Taco
IHOP. I loved it. It was awesome when we were doing our traveling over there. It was like, yeah,
I-
there's an IHOP. Come over. I want an IHOP.
Quite frankly, I only will eat tacos that I made myself. Quite frankly, but
Yeah, I'm the
you
same.
guys are
I
making me
don't trust them.
hungry, and it's like it's a really good Indian restaurant I could order in from. Right, and you guys are making me hungry.
Yes.
Uh,
Right. Next
Yeah, well,
question.
it's like nearly 11 o'clock here at night, and I'm like, I could go a curry.
Good.
Next question. Question 354. Which celebrity has disappointed you the most?
ugh. I don't know. Oh God, where do you want me to begin? Gene Simmons, Bono. I don't know.
Yeah, Bono. I vote Bono.
Why is he a disappointment? You had better expectations for him?
Okay, that's a valid point because
Yeah.
I didn't. I just think he's a
Well-
disappointment in general.
I think there's certain people that you might like their art, but they themselves are fucking assholes. Like, I like some of Ted Nugent's music, but he's a fucking arsehole.
Rolf
Yeah.
Harris.
I was gonna say that, but
Mm.
he's. Yeah, no, I have two. It's a toss up between two,
Go on.
which would be
Don't
Bill
say Tom
Cosby.
and Rolf Harris in the same sentence.
Yeah.
Well, one's Bill Cosby.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll go along with that because I actually love some of his comedy.
Yeah. Big,
And his
big.
Noah's Ark
disappointment.
routine is amazing. You've not seen that.
And the
I have.
other one was Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Why Arnold
Because
Schwarzenegger?
as a child, he was my idol in the Conans. Like,
Yeah.
I just idolized him for some reason. And then everything he ever did was shit.
Did you not see Commando?
Don't think so.
Commando's
there you
not
go.
bad.
That would Commando would have been an indication, to be fair.
Predator was alright as well. So,
Predator's a
Oh,
fucking awesome
okay.
movie.
Yeah.
Conan
I'll
was brilliant.
give him Predator.
Predator was a
Give him
fucking
Predator.
awesome movie.
Yeah.
you just ruined your theory. No, I'm sticking with Rolf Harris because as an Australian, Rolf Harris is a big fucking disappointment.
Yeah.
He's a big disappointment to Brits as well, Jen.
If you're doing it based upon country people, would Ham not be top of the list?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
Well,
yeah, it's a disappointment, but not in the same way. I mean, the way that Rolf Harris is disappointed in a
No.
country is.
I'll answer this question.
well,
James
he's
Het-
kind of
James-
a success story because we got rid of him.
Yeah, you fuckers said pawns him off onto us.
I'm gonna go.
No,
with
not Rolf.
Spacey,
Ken
by the
Ham.
way.
Kevin Spacey, yeah.
Kevin Spacey.
I'm gonna say James Hetfield out of Metallica. When I found out he was into
Ow.
shooting, when I found out
Sorry.
he was into shooting bears for fun, I just, yeah, you know what I mean. I mean,
Was he
I'm
really?
I'm a big metal fan. I know a lot of Metallica's later music is shit, but I have a big affinity for their early stuff. But when I found out that James Hetfield's into fucking hunting and killing bears for a bit of fun, I was like, oh, fuck
Yeah.
you. Like, fuck
You're
you.
killing me, man. You're killing me.
Yeah.
Is that real?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, Sam,
James
Yeah.
is like my pretend father as a child.
Oh, there you go. Sorry to shatter
Fucking
your
love
illusions, I'm afraid,
Metallica
but
so much.
I love them. I
Oh.
love a lot of their, especially the earlier music. Okay, the last 10 years, 10 to 15 years has not been good, but
last 5 years,
I
he's
love-
forgotten how to sing. His last 5 years, he's just forgotten how to sing. He can't sing anymore.
Yeah,
I've been
but-
to that 2 concerts that have been here in Ireland, and I'll not go again.
when I found out he was into like hunting bears for fun, I was just like, oh, fuck you. Seriously.
Did you say Kevin Spacey?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
um,
gonna finish what I was saying, but fine.
Go on.
Yes, I said Kevin
Go on,
Spacey.
Amanda.
I mean, he's been iconic for so long. Think of the fucking villains he's played.
Mm.
And then he did that show on Netflix. Fucking can't remember
Oh,
his name.
brilliant. House of Cards is brilliant.
House of Cards. It is fucking brilliant. And then he went and fucked up, and the show got ruined. And then he went nuts and did this like thing on YouTube. He did a video where he was his character, but come back from the dead after, I don't know. It's fucking weird. Like he
Oh.
lost his shit.
Amanda, can I ask you a question? Did you ever see the original British series House of Cards?
No, just
It's
the
worth
American
it.
one.
It's really
That's
good.
really worth watching. Ian Richardson is in that. Plays Francis Urquhart is the name in the British series instead of Frank. Yeah, but it's got the
I
same.
think the
in
British one is better.
Ian Richardson is because he's such a like he's such a slimy character, but it's like
And
It-
half
it-
like 2 of the people that were supposed to testify against him died already. Some shady ass shit. I don't know. I've always loved Kevin Spacey. Always, especially after
Yep.
he did when he was Kaiser Sose, Usual Suspects. One of the
Jeff.
best fucking movies
so say.
all the time. And I'm sorry if I just spoiled that for anybody, but
Right.
the
So
movie's like
MathPig, you call me
30
out.
years
sorry.
old, so.
Jeff, if I can just say, the Metallica vocalist was falsely identified in a photograph in 2014. It's not him.
No, but he wrote an article about this that I saw in about 2013, where he
Well, this is
very much
2018. This was released in 2018, and it's from the
okay.
script
Well, I
website.
will dig into that. But James Hetfield himself kind of said he was into hunting. So
Yeah, he announced that he would provide a narration for The Hunt, a mini-series chronicling hunters. However, the singer was not the man in the image. He just talked over the top of the documentary, and it got stuck with the image, and people blamed him for that. That's just what's on the
Okay.
internet. On the Google
Well,
search.
I'll look into it a bit further. All right, MathPig. All right. I mean, hey, look. If,
I just googled it.
if James Hetfield could be redeemed in my eyes, I'm willing to give him the chance.
Mate,
I
MathPig
just
just
googled it. That was
poops
the
down
very,
real.
very first thing that came up was Snoop's
Yeah.
debunked in 2018. Very
Yeah.
first.
All right, yeah, I trust Snoops to have debunked it. Yeah.
But there's a lot of them now. I mean, yeah, Bono, Bob Geldof, any of those fuckers, you know.
What did Bob Geldof do?
It's just let's just say he's big. Him and Bono, pair of them, very big into like
Became very preachy.
very preachy.
Oh, yeah.
Very, yeah. There's something about Bob Geldof that just frustrates me. I mean,
Yeah, but he doesn't reach the level of disappointment that you get from Rolf Harris.
No, Bono in particular, he's always asking people to give to charity when he's a fucking tax dodger himself, you know.
Yeah.
And
Bono's
Bob Geldof, the pair of them, they don't give a lot to charity themselves, either of them.
I'd still label Bono as the worst of the two.
But then, yeah, Rolf
Also have
Harris.
the least
I
talent.
will say Rolf Harris is worse because neither Bono or Bob Geldof have been exposed as like child, you know, like sex offenders yet. You know, child sex offenders like Rolf has.
Yep.
Give it time. I'm sure.
Oh, dang!
They
No,
like it
no,
back then, so.
Well, here's the thing. When the story first broke about Rolf Harris, right, they wouldn't name him in the press initially. They said it's an 80-year-old Australian-born television presenter who's been accused of like sex.
Oh, he was named over here immediately.
Oh yeah, but in Britain he wasn't this shit, and they put that out. He's an unnamed, blah, 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 but everything that could identify him. And I just had to put the comment. Can you guess who it is yet?
That's terrible.
Yeah. What I mean, it's dreadful what he's done and everything. I don't agree with people going nuts destroying things that he produced,
No.
though.
To be honest, I have an issue with his first conviction.
I
don't think the evidence was there for it. Not that I'm not saying he wasn't guilty. I have a problem with the proceedings.
Yeah, I have an age where that man was a big part of my childhood. That I was the age where when I was like 4 or 5 years old, Rolf's Cartoon Time was a big show for kids. Where they'd show a cartoon, I don't know, i.e. like a Bugs Bunny cartoon or whatever, and he'd sit there initially drawing a character out, and then eventually get showed a card. That was a big part of my. That was a big part of my childhood.
I think
Fuck,
Jake
you know.
the Peg should have been the biggest red flag in history.
What about two little boys wasn't?
So he had
Two little boys and their two little
several red
toys.
flags.
Two little boys.
Two
I
little boys.
feel like Amanda has no fucking clue who we're on about here.
Nope.
Having
He's
said that,
American,
I
so-
will-
Be honest, your best
For-
was not coming.
Right.
for both him and for Bill Cosby, there is no way either of those two could ever have had a fair trial.
No.
They were already crucified by the media long before it went to trial. There
Yes.
was no
Right,
way
enough!
they were ever going to have fair.
Enough.
Yeah, but like Bill
Shut up!
Cosby, I mean, like,
Right, enough of them. Right, Doc says, Gerald McRaney disappointed me. He does the canned hunting thing where people gather deer and fence it and then hunt it. I don't know who's Gerald McRaney.
don't know. I've not heard of him.
Yeah, I don't know who it is.
He's a movie actor. I'd never heard. Oh, he's in House of Cards again.
Actually, hold on. I'll give another one. Kate Bush when she came out as a Tory. Sorry. Hated her.
No,
I avoided the politics ones for people that came out. Right, anyway.
Yeah, well, or not.
We shall go with the next question. Which is oddly enough.
Well, I didn't answer, but Michael Jackson.
I
moving on.
was thinking about saying Michael Jackson. Right. Question 355. Is peer pressure a good thing?
Depends who's applying it.
Yes, very much so.
And what it's being applied for.
Like if your friend is there and your friend's afraid of heights and you're up doing something and you're trying to help him to break his fear of heights, that's a good thing. But if you're an asshole going here, take heroin, it's fantastic, then that's not good. So it depends on the situation.
It varies situational with that. Yeah, I agree with totally what MathPig said. It's like, if I go back to my school things, I started smoking and now I smoke like 20 a day. And I'll go back to a lot of that being peer pressure when I was about 15 years old. Wasn't a good influence. But yeah, it's just sort. Hey, I wish I could get the equal amount of peer pressure to tell me to fucking stop. To be honest, but
I don't think it'll work though.
No, because once you've got an addiction or whatever, it's difficult to break. But
the problem is you need the same sort of peer pressure where you actually have your peers that are directly around you influencing you.
Yeah,
that's the problem. You don't have that environment when you're older. The peer pressure changes as you get older because the level of contact you have changes.
Yes, absolutely. Because when you're at school, those people are around you day in, day out, 5 days a week. You know.
I definitely think it can be used to benefit people.
It can,
but it can also be used to absolutely destroy people.
I very much think, I think it's like math. It's very much situational.
I think more times than not, though, it's not good. I mean, I can see it with my son's friends sometimes, and it's shitty. I don't like it when my kid feels like he has to act a certain way or do something just because everybody else is doing it, and he knows he doesn't want to. And it hurts him, and which hurts me. So
very much so. Sammy,
I mean, I don't know if we could peer pressure Amanda into thinking that my Jar Jar impression is really cool.
I highly doubt it. I mean, it would take an awful lot of peers holding her down. I think.
To be honest, I think that would be a good example of bad peer pressure.
Yeah, there you go.
Sammy.
It's funny for me because I have always seen peer pressure as a negative or with negative connotations. So in all instances it's bad. If it's good, I don't see it as peer pressure. I would probably refer to that as encouragement or
I think you're right, but I think it's probably the same thing, unfortunately. How did you end up end up at the top of a telecom mast?
I mean, just the pressure part of it, I guess.
But encouragement makes people...
I guess the question becomes moot then, because, well... it's just completely situational.
Did you say, Tommy, you say peer pressure usually has a bad thing behind it. Is that the way it's put across, as in someone shouting, you're a pussy, jump you by, and shouting at you, or encouraging you? They are two different things, but it can still be done for a good thing.
Exactly. That's my point. It sort of becomes moot if we don't differentiate between them, because I can encourage you to jump off a cliff, or I can encourage you to not smoke.
Well, we went to like an outdoor adventure park, and there was a 20-foot jump where you landed on like a big, like a stage, like a movie airbag that you can land on. And depending on the way you landed on it, if you landed feet first, because it's very, it's full of air, obviously, but if you land on it feet first, you go down, you'll hit the concrete because it's so soft.
Yeah.
You have to land a certain way. And there was only me and 2 other guys that actually landed properly. So they said to us, do you want to do the 40-foot jump?
Yeah.
We were like, yeah, no fucking bother, 100% dead on. You get to the top of it and you look over the edge and you can't jump because your body says no. You're looking down and it wouldn't work. And not fucking one of us could do it. And on the way back down, we were walking back down again. The boss was there, the owner of the business. He was like, look, I'm paying for this. He's going to fucking do it. Everybody else was all, whoa. And me and another fella literally just went straight back up the stairs and ran, didn't even think, and just jumped straight off. And that was purely peer pressure, but that broke the fear.
Yeah, well, I think that's what MathPig says. If it can be applied to help get someone over an irrational fear, it could be a good thing.
Yeah.
It can actually be that. Like for example,
I don't know. I just wonder if
I had a friend who
an actual health professional would be agreeing with us.
But in a lot of respect, health professionals use peer pressure continuously.
Yeah.
Okay,
But you're right.
fair point.
The problem you've got is, I think you are right to identify that the language we use when we talk. I mean, we're basically talking about social conditioning. But the language we use when it's positive and negative, and whether or not it's considered good for our health, or that's when we tend to call it peer pressure. I mean, like I said, I don't tend to read the questions before, so I hadn't given it any thought. I think it'd be better to say that social conditioning can be used for good or bad. Peer pressure tends to be negative, but not always.
What Dave said.
No,
I think that was a very interesting question. Honestly, I really is.
I think that was actually
One second, I'll be back.
Yeah.
That's been the best. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with Jen. That's been the best question of this stream so far.
Yeah, Nerdy says peer pressure is good when it comes to forcing Doorknob Head to make a video. I agree with Sammy that peer pressure is generally bad and should be resisted.
Doorknob Head, make a fucking video.
Right.
You really want Doorknob Head to make a video, though. I mean, you've seen what I make. It's gotta be worse.
Even if it says, even if his first video is Godless Scummer is a complete fucking asshole, just do it. Just do it, Doorknob Head.
Now he's gonna do that.
Yes, it's
He's
likely
so
to be.
going
It's
that.
likely
there
to
you
be
go.
a video of his
And that-
colon.
There you go. He might do a video of his asshole saying it's
Why have
mine.
you got this thing about colons, Dave?
Because Doorknob Head's colon is on Linda's channel. Have you not seen it? There's a photo at the back.
Semicolon.
No, a complete colon. Well, I suppose so. That's
Dear.
terrible.
Next one.
Okay. He already has more subscribers than Linda. Doorknob Head is a legend.
We need his own lunchbox.
Needs a lunchbox. Right. Question 356. Would you rather have the lower half of a kangaroo or a horse?
Oh, fucking kangaroo, without a doubt.
Yeah, kangaroo.
But you'd be very short.
Yeah, but I like to hop around and I like to do a kind of kangaroo thing, hop around and like punch people and whatever, you know.
Yeah, but you only have the lower
Although,
half.
wouldn't you rather become like a horse?
I'd sooner be able to carry about a 6-pack of Heineken in my pouch.
But you wouldn't have a pouch. You'd still be male.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's that. Yeah. You didn't specify that in the question, though.
I think that you think I would mention it if there was a gender or sex change involved.
Yeah, I'd still like to hop around like a kangaroo.
And kangaroos have enormous testicles, so you've got that.
There you
Do
go.
they hit the ground when they bounce?
How about if I have a horse?
Didn't we have this discussion earlier?
No.
Can I have a horse cock and a
No.
and the man just quit on us again.
Can I interject for a minute and say I'm very disappointed, Dave, that you, of all people, in 2020, if Jeff wants to be a half man, half kangaroo with a pouch, he bloody well can.
Yeah, fucking right.
Fair enough.
Stop
Alright,
assuming my gender and species.
Stop the rude gender species shaming.
Yeah.
Fine. You can have a female lower half of a kangaroo.
There you go. And I will keep a 6-pack in my pouch.
I too would be a roo.
Would you?
Rude.
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, haven't you ever like wanted to run like you had springy legs? It's like each step you sort of flew through the air like they do in manga cartoons. That's essentially what a kangaroo does every day.
Honestly, if I had a kangaroo's lower half, honestly, like 6 months of training, I'd be able to knock Tyson Fury the fuck out and be the world heavyweight champion.
Are you allowed to kick?
Than horses.
Are you allowed to kick
kangaroos
in
can hop
boxing?
all fucking day, and they move faster than horses as well. So, kangaroo.
Plus, if you had the lower half of a horse, you would you would end up hunched over.
No, it's assuming the back end rather than the.
Okay.
It's a human.
Alright.
You're taking it from a human perspective. Nerdy ass.
Basically, the question comes down.
So you'd
with-
be more like a fighter.
Actually, hold on. In its
Yeah,
essence,
yeah.
In its essence,
I'm changing my mind too, Jeff.
Right, Nerdy says,
I-
I suppose this is basically
Thank you.
meant to be whether or not it's a huge. I could read that again. Nerdy says, I suppose this is basically meant to be a huge testicles versus huge cock question. No.
Kinda. But I just realised something, that this comes down to actually a question of, would you sooner be a centaur or a rolfaroo?
Not quite a centaur.
Well, I had to bring the Rolf Harris reference out there.
Yes, but that was a complete kangaroo with a Rolf head.
Yeah.
You definitely have the
Tiny
torso.
kangaroo down spot.
Yeah, we know why he wanted to do that.
Down.
Right, it's the lower. The torso would be human.
Yeah.
But do you get all 4 legs of the horse? Or
No,
have
no, you
gotta,
only get 2.
You
gotta stumble around.
Yeah, okay.
You only get 2 legs.
Or you got to walk on your hands.
No, you. It's like Jen said. Was it a centaur?
Fighter.
The centaur. Yeah.
No, not a centaur.
No, centaurs
so-
have the whole.
Picture
Yeah. It's like
pan.
more like a pan. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they're goats, but
but
the
you
idea
still
stands.
get the big horse cock.
Yes. From your belly button, about your belly button down, it is. Slightly higher if you want to be a female kangaroo to make sure you get a
Of course,
pouch.
you've got to realize that you've got a big horse cock. So that what are you gonna fuck now?
Well, it would make self-fellatio very easy.
A mare, obviously, Jen.
Just saying.
Is there a name for a creature that is half person, half kangaroo?
A rolfaroo.
No, it's not a rolfaroo.
I have no idea.
Can you guess what it is, Jen?
Fucking hell.
Oh, I'm lowering the tone seriously.
Yes.
Amanda doesn't even get that, but Amanda's little listening says she doesn't even get it, and I'll just say, Rolf Harris impression is way worse than a Jar Jar impression.
Okay.
I don't mind your Rolf Harris impression. As long as you only do the voice. If you try to copy anything else of Rolf Harris, that's it. We're done.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right, Amanda. Horse or kangaroo?
The kangaroo. I mean, the hopping thing, the springy instead of fast. I'd rather be those gymnasts that like bouncing. I guess.
People seem to like to bounce.
Yes, bouncing is fun. Just go on a trampoline. Holy shit, that's fun.
See, well, we can already run, can't we?
Yeah, let's try something different.
But don't forget, you'd be short.
So,
Yeah.
Fine.
But you can jump high.
Yeah, you'd be able to reach higher
Yep.
shelves.
whilst damaging the entire fucking house with those legs and tail.
Well, I'd assume you have some control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why none of you have got any fucking control any here.
Not my fault. What about you, Dave? Did you answer?
I'd probably go kangaroo.
MathPig hasn't answered.
MathPig's not here.
Oh.
So we're going to have to beat an answer out of him later, because that was the last question.
Oh.
Right. So on that note, I'm going to say thank you very much to Little Sammy, and thank you very much to Big Sammy, and thank you very much to Amanda, and thank you very much to Jeff, and thank you very much to Jen, And thank you very much to Not Here MathPig, who I really hope muted this. And thank you very much to everyone in the live chat. And we will see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.
Salute. Hooroo.